Hello everyone. So my name is Yasir. So we are going to discuss physics actually. Okay. So welcome everyone. Okay. So let's talk about physics. Like I'm going to discuss what is the equation for stopping distance. So stopping distance is equal to u square by 2a. Okay. So that is the equation for stopping distance. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. So I was just trying to ice break. Okay, so don't worry about that. So we are not going to discuss first stopping distance or anything like that. Okay, any concepts like that. So first we will discuss very basic concepts and things, and you can easily understand all the basic concepts from physics. Okay, so what you have to do is you pay your attention. That is very common thing, right? That's very simple thing. And then try to think about okay, so you read less and think more. That is what we need in physics. So you can easily understand this. And this is our first class, I guess. So you don't have to worry about anything. So I'll discuss the basic stuff first, and then we will move to the next level like that. Okay, so eventually we will become the master, or we will become the master in physics. So let's talk about first thing. And anyways, I think you have already started studying physics. I think you have started measurement and dimension analysis. Okay, so that is a basic chapter. Okay, so and also I'm going to discuss another basic chapter. So anyways, first I would like to give you some ideas. Like it would be like a story. Okay, so you don't have to worry about anything. So first thing, all of you listen. So here anyways, as you know, I'm going to discuss physics, and in the physics there are many branches. Okay, mechanics is there, thermodynamics is there, electricity is there. Okay, many words you must have heard. Some words you must haven't heard. No worries, we will discuss everything. Okay, so then we have waves, oscillations, etc. So what I'm going to tell you that in mechanics, I'm going to start mechanics, and ma'am already started measurement and dimension analysis. And in the mechanics is a portion where we are going to discuss something is moving, some object is moving. That is what the mechanics. And in the mechanics, one other topic is there. One subtopic is there in physics, mechanics, and then subtopic kinematics. Okay. In the kinematics, I'm going to discuss motion in one dimension. Okay. What is the meaning of kinematics? Something is moving. Okay, that is what is kinematics. So, you don't have to worry about any of these words. It's pretty common words, right? Okay. So then now we are going to come back. We are going to talk about motion in 1D. What is the meaning 1D? So I'm from Kerala. In Malayalam, 1D means it's a vehicle. Okay. So I think in Tamil as well. Anyways, so 1D means one dimension. Not that 1D here. Okay. So 1D means one dimension. One dimension. Okay. So motion in one dimension. What is this exactly? One dimension. Okay. So one dimension. You must have heard, at least you must have heard 3D. Okay, have you seen any 3D movies or 3D shows or anything? You must have, right? Some of you at least. And nowadays it's available 3D. We can watch on phone and TV like that. Okay. So everybody you must have heard at least 3D, right? You will say that, you must have said that. Okay, hey my friend, this is 3D, right? So what is the meaning of 3D? What is 2D? 2 dimension, 3 dimension. Is there any 4 dimension? Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, first we will talk about that. And first, what is 1 dimension? Okay. For example, before going to talk about 1 dimension, 2 dimension and 3 dimension, 1D, 2D, 3D. Before going to discuss this one, I would like to tell you something. So okay, so I'll like to remove this and let me make it 1D, 2D and 3D. Okay. 3 dimension, 2 dimension, 1 dimension. So what is this exactly? Before going to tell you this, well, I want to ask you some questions. What is the meaning of a point in physics? Or in maths. In maths or physics, what is the meaning of a point? A single point. A point means you will say that what is this? This is a point. You will say that it's a point. But actually, is it a point? But according to definition, you have to be very careful about this. According to definition, it's not a point. A point which does not have length, breadth, or thickness. Thickness. Okay, length, breadth, or thickness. So it does not have any of this. Okay, so it does not have. Okay, don't worry about doesn't have. It doesn't have any of these things. Okay, so point is like infinitely like or it's absolutely very small and minute thing. Okay, it does not have any of these things. Okay, and you will have a doubt whenever we draw or we put a small point, then you know that there is some length for this, there is some breadth and some thickness, even if it is very small. You know that, right? Yeah. So then that is what is the point. So it's a imaginary or hypothetical. Imaginary or hypothetical. Okay. So that is the first thing. And second thing, like what is a line? What is the meaning of a line? Line means this one, right? A line has only length. It has only length. What does that mean? It does not have width. It does not have thickness. Okay, so that means it has only length, L. So when you look at very closely, you will see that okay, it has some thickness here. It's minutely, when you look at, even if I draw a minute line, okay, just let me take my small marker, and if I draw like minute line, it's a minute line, then it has thickness. Even if it is minute, it has thickness, right? So like what we can say, it's also imaginary. So if the length is more, then we call it as line. Okay, then next one. What is a plane? What is a plane? Not aeroplane, and this plane. It's maybe you can say that this is a plane. Okay, it has a length. It has both length and breadth. But there is another question. Does it have thickness? Yeah, it has thickness actually. But we are not considering the thickness because, why? Because, yeah, like because according to our idea, according to our idea of plane, it has only length and breadth. We are avoiding, consciously we are avoiding thickness. Okay, next one. What is a space? What is a space? Space means like, you know that like when we draw, what about this board, whiteboard? It's a plane. So we are trying to draw a space here. Okay, so you consider it's projected outward. So something like in space, like if I consider like my desk, okay, or my, what is this, like my pen holder. So this is actually a space. It occupies in a space. So we can say like that, right? So what does that mean? It has length, breadth, and thickness. So if you have got this idea, then it is very easy to understand one dimension, two dimension, and three dimension. What is the meaning of one dimension? What is the meaning of one dimension? 1D. 1D means it has like it has only one dimension. What is that dimension? Length. Okay. So only one dimension. What is that? Length. Okay. So we will discuss that. Okay. For example, a body is moving in a straight line. So we call it as motion in one dimension. So motion in one dimension, it also has another thing, that is we also call it as it's a straight line motion. Straight line motion. Okay. And next one, this is 1D. And what about 2D? 2D means it's a plane. It's a plane. Look at this. It has both length and breadth. How many dimensions? Length 1, breadth 2. 2 dimensions. So it's a plane. Which example? my motion of my motion of the tip of my marker on the whiteboard is an example. Okay, so what about 3D? 3D means motion in a space. For example, like one honeybee is moving here, right? Or motion of me, it's three-dimensional because I'm using the entire space here. Okay, so that is what is three-dimensional. I think you have got one-dimensional, two-dimension, and three-dimensional. Okay, so you think about the motion in one dimension, motion in two dimension, and then motion in three dimension. Again, motion in one dimension. One dimension means motion along a straight line. Straight line. So motion in plane. Motion in space. In space. Okay. So this is what we have to discuss in the entire kinematics. In the entire kinematics. So in first chapter we will study this one. What is this? Motion in one dimension, which means the straight line motion. Motion along a straight line. Okay, so this is what is the introduction, and I think you have got it. And we will start eventually. We will move on to the good topic. I mean the better topics like that. Okay, so and some of you have already. You must have studied this already. You know this already, but keep waiting and we will discuss advanced concept. And one more thing, this chapter is actually the basics of mechanics. As I told you, this is the first topic, kinematics, and the first topic is motion in one dimension. Okay, so which means if you are not good at basics, then you would find it difficult to move on. Okay, so actually it's very simple. So you try to cope up with that and try to go with me and the teachers, other teachers, okay, in physics, and try to read. And I guess from your high school to higher secondary, I mean in the 11th and 12th, you find difficult to cope with the subject or the topics. It's because the concepts are like very core topics, very interesting and core. Okay, so what you have to do is in the beginning, so you have to read. Okay, so read and understand. Try to think about it. Read less and think more. Okay, so that is what Einstein said. So you have to follow the same idea. Okay, so we will see in the next video and the rest of the things. And I would like to add some examples as well. All right, thank you.